had a challenge of direct dye, green or blue shades that tend to take a little bit longer to remove out of the hair, and your go-to is usually just a lightener, and you try to remove it with the lightener, and it seems like the lightener is just driving it in further and further. To help you remove any of the green or blue direct dyes out of hair. So really putting back whatever is missing. So in this case, we have blue and green, and we need to add what's the opposite of green, red, what's the opposite of blue, orange. So if we add red, yellow, and blue dye molecules are together, it's a little bit easier to remove the green, blue out of the hair. When trying to remove direct dye from your guest, really referring back to the underlying pigment chart is really helpful. So in our case, we have a blue and a green direct dye, and we need to make it more neutral. So going to this chart will help. So green blue, opposite of green blue is going to be red orange. So that's what we are going for today. So the formula that I chose, because we have green and blue, I chose 7.34 in Richesse, and actually I didn't have any red Richesse, so I went ahead and mixed our red mixer for Majorelle, which the technologies do work together. So I add just a ribbon inch of the red Majorelle mixer with my 734 and 9 volume in Richesse. I'm going to process it for 20 minutes, rinse, dry, and apply my lightener. And let's see how much of this blue-green I can remove from the mannequin. As you can see, our mannequin has a very neutralized palette now. So after using the 734 and the ribbon inch of Majorelle red mix with 9 volume for 20 minutes, before we had this blue-green here. So what the plan was to neutralize, to give her more of a neutral or brown tone so that we could easily remove it. Because when the primary tones, red, yellow, and blue are together, they tend to lift out of the hair a little bit easier than just putting lightener right on top of the direct dye. Sometimes the lightener can seem to drive it in a little bit further. So now I am applying my multi-techniques with 30 volume on the areas that we did neutralize, and then I will work on the top as well, the area that we did not neutralize, and see which one we can get the most lift out of. I have processed the lightener for the multi-techniques and 30 volume for 50 minutes. And let's see what we have here. So the top section here was our non-neutralized direct dye. We just went ahead and did lightener right on top of there, processed it for 50. And this is what we've got. Oops. Still a lot of that green showing. The goal is to get it as close to natural tone as possible. So that's why we neutralized beforehand. On this bottom section, we neutralized with the, I've been saying 7.34, but it's actually 7.43. With a ribbon inch of red mix, the Majorelle red mix with 9 volume, and we processed it for 20 minutes. And then now we have put the multi-techniques with 30 right after we dried it, right on top. A little bit lighter. So let's once I shampoo and dry it, what it looks like. Results from removing direct dye, a blue-green direct dye, by neutralizing first and then lightening with our Blond Studio multi-techniques. So this is the last step. I'm pretty happy with the outcome here. It is, I wanted to see how light I could get it, so I did control quite a bit, so you will see to be a little bit more on the ash or cool side, but that was the goal, was to see if we could get all of the green out of it. And I really see it to look pretty good. As far as the section I'm going to show you is our section that we did not neutralize. And by looking at this here, and I used the same exact toner as I did on the bottom section, so you can see a lot more green tones here. So really the goal of pre-neutralizing before you lighten the direct dye is so that you can get more of a natural look, so that you have a little bit more to work with when you're toning. Wanted to show how blue-green it was when we started. Helped a little bit in understanding, or just giving you another option. I know it can be a little frustrating sometimes when you're trying to remove direct dye and it's just not coming out. At least with neutralizing it first, you have a little bit more of a natural palette, so you can tone it and give you more of a natural look. Hopefully this tutorial today helped, and please reach out if you have any questions at Monica Boyd on Facebook or Monica_AT_LP. Thank you. See you next time.